We are here at Grand Forks Air Force Base to promote resiliency. Resiliency gets kind of thrown around as a military term that the military loves to use, but basically we're here to tell a real life story about bouncing back from adversity. Resiliency, for me, it's not just a word. Resiliency isn't just a word to me. It's kind of a way of life, you know. Life is not all sunshine and daisies. It's not all just good times and jokes. It's tough. My story of resiliency takes place back in 2004 when I was serving as a Marine with 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. I was in Al Ramadi, Iraq, which is in the Sunni Triangle. At the time, there was a lot of uprising and a lot of fighting and improvised explosive devices that were going on down there. And I was the lead machine gunner in my platoon, and we did quick reaction force. As part of our mission, we had to go and do IED sweeps, so to go look for bombs. In the 2 months that I was in Iraq, I got blown up 7 times. And of those 7 times, the last one actually went through the armor, injuring myself, one other Marine, and unfortunately killing my lieutenant. My story of resiliency takes place after I left the military. I went through, I learned how to walk again with my prosthetic, and really, learning to walk again was easy. Having the prosthetic, super easy. I tell this story that I learned to walk on a Thursday when they gave me my prosthetic, and I learned to 2-step that weekend in San Antonio. The hard part came after. The hard part came when I was no longer around other warriors, other veterans to talk with about my experiences, and I had to be around just normal people. And normal people don't really understand what it is to go to war, how it changes you, what it makes you different. I can't really explain it. I can't explain how you're different after you deploy. I can't really articulate that. But I know I was different. And I know that I was drinking an awful lot to try and hide those symptoms. And I was drinking a lot to try and go to sleep. Coming back from that was a very dark road. And it took a lot of hard work with friends and family. Helping other veterans helped me a lot because I was able to tell them my story and talk over my stuff while I was helping them. It's an uphill battle. I'm still working on my resiliency. I'm still working on my survivor's guilt. I'm still working on the fact that, you know, we lost 10 Marines, and I was really guilty that I'd survived, and they didn't. I think back, and I'm almost 30 now. My lieutenant was 24 when he passed. Every birthday comes around, I think about him. Every Halloween, which is my live day, that comes around, I think about him. It's a constant battle, but that's what resiliency is. Later on, with my recovery and with the things that I went through, my music was a big part of my recovery. I was able to put all my emotion and my pain and my discomfort and my anger and any sort of emotion that I had, whether it be good or bad, and just throw it on paper and put a rhythm to it and put a little bit of a melody to it and entertain people with my pain. Make them feel something with my pain. So I was not only taking this very negative thing that was in my life, but I was switching it and turning it into a positive for somebody else. And that was a huge healing effect for me. You can always pull yourself out of it as long as you just keep that mindset that you can do anything. I mean, you're in the military, for crying out loud. And in my opinion, they're the greatest damn military on the face of the planet, right? That's what I'm talking. One message to anybody that's having trouble with resiliency, anybody who's having trouble with any sort of substance abuse, is get help. Go out there and get help. Go out there, talk about it. Tell people about it. It might be hard. You might not want to air your shame. You might not want to tell people what you're doing or how you're mistreating yourself or your body or your family or whatever it is you're doing bad. Go seek help, get better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You can do better. And not only can you do better, but you can help somebody else who's in your spot too.